Good afternoon, and it's about lunchtime. It's like, hey, we need you to haul 2 tanks. I'm like, work, tanks. We got 2, they're hidden around the corner over here. 2 tanks, just going to the place where I get the orange tanks from. Strange, right? I guess they don't have enough room for the amount of fluids they'd be bringing in, so now they're like, gave away a bunch of tanks that we, as rentals that have been taken out to the coal mines, so now they're like, we need to get a couple of rentals ourselves. So I'm over here at God Jolly Green Giant here of Evergreen, and we're gonna grab 2 tanks, we'll stuff them on. So I guess this is how to stuff 2 400-barrel tanks on a trailer. The first thing you gotta do if you're gonna stuff on 2 tanks, you always wanna be on a flat spot, and then you wanna unhook from the trailer and get into bed position mode to get spot. Some things you're gonna need is some PPE. I wanna put the 1 chain on here, so when I come around, I like to angle myself so I can just grab the tank, we'll drive out, back on the trailer, boom, no turning around. We'll put it down, push it back, we put the chain on, go to the front of the trailer, pull the winch line back out, and bring the tank to the front. Obviously you need crossbars in, 5th wheel tilted forward because you'll catch. Depends on how far you suck it up, and not everybody's truck is going to be the same. Deck pins, just to be safe. It's in the lowest position, that just makes it flat across all the rest of the goods. You want to hook your tail chain to the sling. Walk around your tank, make sure everything's good to go. So now we got our band brake on, our dogs are out. So it's pretty much free spool. Band brake is on so it doesn't take off. And then we're just gonna pull ahead. Winch line tight, nice and spooled. Dogs in, engage dogs to winch. Once those are engaged, band brake off because you don't need to wear it out faster than you need. And I'm just going to ride the brakes and winch myself back. Make sure you're centered in the tank. Nicely approach the tank, don't smash into it. We always call it the thunderclap. Depending on your skill level, you can rev her up and pull her down faster. You want to keep tension on the winch line until you at least got 1 wrap, so it doesn't come unhooked from the winch like a T-bed likes to do a lot. I'm just going to tailboard it and go over to the trailer. Get yourself squared up. Grab a stick of juicy fruit. Bring the tank up on the trailer just enough, or sorry, the truck, without banging it around. So So when you go to shake it back to put it on the trailer, it's just one little tiny winch down and a little bit of brakes, and it comes down and it'll be on your trailer. Winch down and drive out from under it if you have live hydraulics. If you do not, it would be dogs out, bam, brake on, and bring it to the end of the roll on the truck. Keep the line taut. Square with the trailer, then you're going to push it on. And at this point, you could square it up with the roll on the truck if you needed to steer it one way or the other. If you, for say, it was on a little bit of an angle on a hill because you didn't have a flat surface, you would be able to correct that. Dogs out, brake on, free spooling away. Get your tail chain hanging over the roll. And then we're gonna back up. And we'll take the sling off now. Now we'll move around to the front of the tank, front of the trailer, and we'll run the winch line out, put the chain on, and suck it up to the front. So now that we're at the front of the trailer, I'm going to hook up this chain, and then I like to pull out the chain so I find center, so you don't pull out more winch line than you always need, because then you have to spool out. That takes more time. Sometimes you could be lacking space to do so, and then your winch line's all messed up. Keep the spool nice and tight if you don't pull out too much or pull too hard, too fast. All depends on how your winch is set up too. Now I'll spool that out and make it tight. I like to leave a gap in between the trailer and the truck as long as the trailer isn't banging like that, because then I could change my angle if I got to go one way or the other. But if it starts hopping too much, then you got to butt up the roll to the trailer so it doesn't do it. Hey, just watch it in the mirrors. Pull it to the front of the trailer. Dogs out, brake on, spool out, get the hook at the roll again. Well, it's already at the roll, but it's on the neck of the trailer. Just a little bit of air conditioning here, maybe. Getting a little hot. gonna just pick up just enough. We're gonna drag it down the trailer, enough room for me to get underneath it with the truck. And then we're gonna pick it up. So this way you're not dragging it down your wood and messing up all your wood. Once you're away from the trailer, just winch down a little bit. And we're just gonna put it down on the ground so they can have a look inside to make sure it's clean. Alright, we got two dudes putting down some boards right here. We're going to be backing up. We'll stab the tank into the ground about a foot ahead of the boards. We'll give it sufficient distance once it's stood. If I do push it back a little bit, it's not the end of the world, and we tweak the boards before we put it all the way down. We'll just see my clutch is not participating nicely. Sometimes you get that lurch effect with the clutch you just can't get rid of. I don't know what it's from. It's probably from driving the shit out of the truck too much. And it'd be nice if there was a 2-speed. That kind of gets rid of that problem, so you can put it in low, and that just makes it nice and smooth, so you can stand that tank with one fluid motion and not use high gear range. Low high. At this point I tried twice, I give up. Dogs out, brake on, we're going to stand it using the band brake, which is hard on your band brake, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I kind of like to do the same thing when I'm pulling them off as I do when I'm putting them on the front. I'll leave a big enough gap so I can make adjustments. Sometimes the tank will shoot one way or another depending on bent skids. If you're on uneven ground, if you leave a gap this way, then you can just winch yourself into a second position and then bring the tank back to the other way. It's always key to get yourself straight to the tank before it gets to the roll, and don't pull it over the roll, because you might be on a downhill. The most important part about this part is to not get it hung up on a pin, so you have to get off and go around and pull it back the other way, or get over to the other side of the trailer and pull it sideways. It's just a big time waster, so don't take it too far. Stop before you have a problem.